The Awakening War Admiral Kethmore's hologram materialized in Saraxa's private chamber, his angular features etched with displeasure. Behind him, the bridge of the decimation pulsed with activity as the fleet prepared for the assault on Earth's inner colonies. Commander Queen, the Third Fleet awaits your orders to begin the final offensive. Yet you remain distracted by this human specimen. Saraxa didn't look up from the tactical display she'd been studying, or pretending to study. The human provides valuable intelligence about their defensive capabilities. Intelligence? Kethmore's voice carried barely concealed contempt. Sub-Commander Vexhai reports you spend hours in conversation with the creature. About Earth music. And something called poetry. The accusation hung in the air like an indictment. Saraxa finally turned, her silver eyes meeting the Admiral's through the flickering hologram. Your point, Kethmore? My point is that we have a war to finish. Humanity's last strongholds await annihilation, and you're playing games with a pet, human. Before Saraxa could respond, the chamber doors slid open. Aiden walked in, flanked by two guards who looked increasingly uncomfortable with their prisoner's casual demeanor. Your Majesty, you wanted to see me? Aiden paused, noticing the hologram. Oh, sorry, didn't realize you had company. Is this Admiral Doom and Gloom? I've heard so much about him. Kethmore's image flickered with indignation. Commander Queen, this is precisely what Leave us, Saraxa commanded. The hologram winked out, leaving her alone with Aiden and the guards. You too, she told the guards, who exchanged nervous glances before departing. Trouble in paradise? Aiden asked, settling into what had become his usual chair. Over the past week, their evening conversations had evolved into something resembling friendship, a concept that should have been impossible between predator and prey. Admiral Kethmore grows impatient with my research methods. Ah, the old, why are you talking to the enemy instead of killing them problem. Classic military thinking. Aiden studied her face, noting the tension in her shoulders. What's really bothering you? Saraxa moved to the vast window overlooking her fleet. Hundreds of Zalvari warships stretched into the darkness, each one capable of reducing a planet to ash. Tomorrow we strike at the Proxima colonies, 12 billion humans. And that bothers you. It wasn't a question. Somehow this human could read her better than subordinates who'd served her for decades. It should not, she said quietly. The Zalvari have conquered 17 star systems, eliminated 43 species. It is what we do. But I find myself questioning. Since our conversations began, I dream of things I have never experienced. Laughter, music, the concept your people call mercy. Aiden joined her at the window. Tell me about the first time you killed someone. Saraxa's head snapped toward him. What? Your first kill. Not in battle. Your first execution. Your first time taking a life when you didn't have to. For a long moment she was silent. Then, I was 12 cycles old. A training exercise. We were given prisoners from a conquered world, a family of Zalani merchants. The instructor told us to choose one and demonstrate proper termination technique. What did you do? I chose the smallest one, a child. I reasoned it would be quickest, most merciful. Her voice was barely a whisper. She looked at me with such fear, but also hope, as if she believed I might show compassion. Did you? I was Zalvari. I did my duty. Saraxa's hands clenched into fists, but her eyes, I still see them when I sleep. Aiden was quiet for several heartbeats. Then he said, my first kill was different. Battle of Titan Station. Zalvari boarding party. I was terrified, but also angry. They'd just killed my wingman. When I pulled the trigger, I felt satisfaction, and that scared me more than the fear. Why are you telling me this? Because you're not a monster, Saraxa. Monsters don't dream of mercy. They don't remember the eyes of their victims. She turned to face him fully. You use my name. Is that wrong? No one has spoken my name without a title in centuries. Well, I'm full of firsts. Aiden smiled sadly. The thing is, I know what's going to happen tomorrow. You're going to give the order and 12 billion people are going to die, and you're going to hate yourself for it. I am Zalvari. We do not hate ourselves. Right. Just like you don't feel curiosity or loneliness, or the desire to be something more than just a weapon. Syrax's silver markings flared brighter, a sign of intense emotion. What would you have me do? I am Commander Queen of the greatest military force in the galaxy. I cannot simply... Can't you? Aiden stepped closer. You're the Commander Queen. Your word is law. You could end this war with a single command. And betray everything my people believe? Destroy the order we have built? Or save it? Show them. There's another way to be strong. Impossible. Is it? You've changed in the past week. I've watched you discover parts of yourself you didn't know existed. If you can change, maybe they can too. Syraxa turned back to the window, watching her fleet prepare for genocide. You ask me to risk everything on the slim hope that my people might embrace weakness. I'm asking you to risk everything on the chance that they might embrace strength, real strength, the kind that protects instead of destroys. And if I am wrong, if they reject this path? Aiden's voice was gentle. Then at least you'll know you tried to be better than what they made you. Outside, the stars waited silently for dawn. The choice. The War Council chamber buzzed with predatory anticipation. Holographic displays showed the Proxima system in exquisite detail. 12 worlds, countless orbital stations, and the desperate human fleets positioned to defend them. It would be a massacre. Admiral Kethmore stood at the tactical display, his silver eyes gleaming. Commander Queen, our forces are in position. The humans have consolidated their remaining fleet at Proxima Prime, exactly as predicted. One coordinated strike will eliminate their last significant military presence. Around the crescent-shaped table, Syrax's War Council nodded approvingly. Sub-Commander Vexhai leaned forward eagerly. The preliminary bombardment will require only 6 hours to render their worlds uninhabitable. A most efficient conclusion to this campaign. Efficient, Syraxa repeated, the word tasting strange in her mouth. She sat at the head of the table, every inch the imperial presence her people expected, yet internally she felt as if she were fracturing. General Kixara, her oldest military advisor, gestured to the display. The human defensive positions are pathetic. Their weapons cannot penetrate our shields. Their tactics are desperate and emotional. This will be our most decisive victory. Tell me, Syraxa said quietly, what happens after we eliminate humanity? Question caught her council off guard. Kethmore's expression hardened. We continue the great expansion as always. The Arcturus sector contains several species ripe for conquest. And after that? The Vega colonies, then the Outer Rim territories. Vexhai looked puzzled. Commander Queen, this is well established. Doctrine, conquest without end, Syraxa mused. Until what? Until we rule an empty galaxy populated only by the Zalvari? Until we achieve perfect order, General Kixara replied firmly. As decreed by the first imperators. The first imperators, legendary figures from millennia past who had transformed the Zalvari from a dying race into galactic conquerors. Their teachings had become religious doctrine, their vision of endless expansion an article of faith. But, as Syraxa looked at her subordinates' faces, she saw something she'd never noticed before. Emptiness. Despite their apparent enthusiasm for war, there was a hollowness in their eyes, a mechanical quality to their passion. Leave me, she commanded. I will issue the attack order shortly. The council filed out, though Kethmore lingered. Commander Queen, if I may, there are whispers that the human prisoner has affected your judgment. Perhaps it would be wise to dispose of him before. Your concerns are noted, Admiral. Syraxa's voice carried a warning that made Kethmore step back. Dismissed.